The Norwegian Jade underwent an upgrade in 2022 and holds about 2,300 guests with 1,100 crew members. There's a lot of things to do on the beautiful Norwegian Jade, and one of the things that people love to do on a cruise is to relax. The best place to relax on the ship is the Mandara Spa and Salon, and so we got exclusive access to be able to give you a full, in-depth tour of the spa and to give you an idea if this might be something worth investing a little bit more to take a little bit more relaxation. We're so grateful to have this opportunity to share with you the access that we had so that you might better enjoy your next vacation on the Norwegian Jade. Is the spa package right for you? Or is it something you might consider skipping in lieu of some of the other amenities on the ship? Well, let's take an exclusive look at the spa on the NCL Jade. The Mandara Spa and Salon is located on deck 12 of the NCL Jade. It is past the card room and library and adjacent to the Pulse Fitness Center. You can access this via a series of stairs, or there are elevators directly adjacent to the spa. So it's easy to access regardless of where you're coming from in the ship, but it is in the forward part of the ship. You're about to see why. In the main retail area, you have a ton of things that you can purchase to enhance your spa journey. There is also a treatment facility, treatments so you can get your hair done, things like having your nails done, all those sorts of things in this salon forward space. Directly adjacent is the Pulse Fitness Center, and because a lot of people who use the spa also like to use the fitness center, we also got exclusive access when no one was around to be able to show you how much they have here. It's a small space, but they've packed a ton of machines, weights, and a cardio room all into this area. And while it was certainly busy during significant portions of the trip, obviously not now, it never felt overly crowded. In this area, they do have classes, that sort of thing. But let's get to the main portion, which is this beautiful forward-facing spa room. And the one thing that's very unique about the NCL Jade is you actually have a co-ed spa facility, which features this vast, beautiful sort of observation window that you can check out the entire forward view of your cruise while you relax. All right, this is a comprehensive overview of the Norwegian Jade Spa, or thermal suite, depending on how you ask or how you say. This is an upcharge. It's not included with your package. It's an extra charge. And it comes with a lot of features. I paid $169 before my cruise. It comes with these hot stone beds that you have right here that you can lay and watch the sunset or the sunrise or the day or read a book or something like that. It has this therapy pool, which honestly, the therapy pool was very intense. It's my favorite part of the whole cruise ship, to be very honest with you. It feels really great to be able to use the therapy pool. It's open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. I had to wait until no one was here to be able to film this. You also have a snack bar where you can get, just water, oranges. There's plenty of towels, a place to get some water if you need it. The thing about this spa that's really unique is it's separated by this co-ed area, which has the spa or the therapy pool right there. And it has an area that's sort of like a locker room and additional services for men and women. So I'll show you the services area for men and just know that it's exactly the same for women as well on the other side. Although no one's in the spa right now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'll show you what that looks like as well. And so it's kind of like a locker room and spa area all in one. You have a hot tub here that is really powerful, really great work. You have some relaxation chairs that you can read a book at. Grab some water if necessary, right there. And they have these sensation showers where you can have like tropical shower or ice rain shower. And there's lights that come on as well. So if you were to do the tropical one, like that. There's a general area that you can shower afterwards, or you can, you know, take a shower when you're done. There is a hot sauna, which is very, very hot. Everybody loves the hot sauna. My favorite thing to do is go hot sauna and then cold plunge. There's also a steam room, which I'm not going to use because my camera is not going to survive that. But there's a steam room, and a cold plunge, and a sauna. So a lot of people I observed went from the steam room to the, or sorry, went from the steam room to the cold plunge to the sauna or some variation of the three. And honestly, that was really invigorating. I've never done a cold plunge before, but I found the cold plunge to be really exhilarating. And then here is some additional area. You do get the towels and you do get a robe as part of that experience. So they give you a robe, and there's a changing area that has locks. So you can bring your items and lock them. All of that is included when you buy the spa. Then you have some showers here, should you need them. And then kind of like a prep area where you can dry your hair, use some cotton swabs. You can, get ready for the day after you're done with this with the spa. So all that's there as well. We'll take one last look around. It's exactly the same thing on the other side. It's a mirror. So let's take a look one more time. We'll go a little bit slower. You have just a general sort of shower area. We'll walk through here again. This is where the bathrooms and the showers are. This is where you would change and prepare, lock up your items, your personal items. You go around this area. I just turned on the hairdryer. To the steam room right there. The cold plunge. Or the sauna. Everybody loves the sauna. This area does have its own hot tub and experiential showers, which you saw with the lights and the experience. And then you have a rest and relaxation area. I did see a lot of people reading books, that kind of thing. Okay, so one of the things that I'm committing to with this channel is to really be honest with you in my reviews. And the one thing I would say about the Mandara Spa and Salon was it was a good value. For $169 for 6 days, it was a quiet space that was isolated from a lot of the ship. The NCL Jade was not a particularly chaotic ship, so that's something you may want to consider. Getting into the normal hot tubs and pools was really not a problem at all. So if the primary reason you buy a spa package is because you want to do that, then I would say you might not have any problem getting into a hot tub at all, and you can just skip the additional charge. The co-ed space, which includes this large therapy pool, as well as the observation windows and hot chair space, I think was a nice, open, clean, consistently relaxing space. I'll get to a little bit more detail on that in a second, but this observation view, as you can see, is really stunning. And on a sea day, it's nice just to be able to maybe read a book and relax. The hot tub and the relaxation space in the men's only area were also nice. This hot tub was very warm and the jets were very powerful. So it was really an easy way to relax, and there was no issue with that at all. It's a little bit hard to get in and out of the hot tub. As you can see, it is elevated. So if you had accessibility needs, I could see where that would be a challenge. I did bonk my head a couple of times. The combination of the spa, the cold plunge, and the steam room in the men's only and or women's only area was a different experience, but I have to say I think it was both appropriate and it worked really well. The one thing I would say is the the cold plunge, and the steam room were almost entirely self managed, and I didn't see anyone from NCL coming in to clean up frequently. The spa or the sauna where you bring in the water for the coals, that was something I had to do, and it wasn't something NCL took care of. One thing that really bothered me was that the shared therapy pool had a serious issue with the light. And as you can see, it was sort of flickering. And I reported this on a couple of times. They fixed it for one day, but it then returned back to this. And that alone made it really challenging to use. As you can see in the main area now, that flickering was very persistent and it just really distracted from the relaxation of the moment. Again, I reported this and it was fixed for one day, but then it persisted and came back. The other piece of feedback was we were having some issues with these tile beds, the heat beds consistently working. However, once we reported that to the NCL Jade staff, I'm happy to report that they did work, for the rest of the cruise, and they were indeed quite relaxing. They were sufficiently warm, and it's a good way to sit, calm down, read a book. So that was a good example of reporting feedback and something positive happening. Now, as you exit the spa, you're going to notice there are a ton of rooms that are available for things like massages or acupuncture. I did not use any of those services, so I don't have a review, but there is an enormous amount of extra space here for those services. So you're not going to have any problem getting into an appointment. And, this is something NCL is relatively well known for. So I didn't use them, but they are there if you want to. And that's a full comprehensive tour of the spa. Now, let me give you some final closing thoughts. So, my final overwhelming thoughts about the spa in the NCL Jade is as follows. The NCL Jade is a 20 plus year old ship. The crowd tends to be a little bit more, I would say, relaxed compared to other newer cruise ships. And one of the things about the NCL Jade is you're not going to have a problem getting into the regular pool or hot tubs. They were consistently open, they were not crowded, and it wasn't crazy. Now, having said that, there's a lot of times when those spaces are very busy and very loud with things like events or music, that sort of thing. One of the primary factors we use when booking a spa on a cruise ship is what is the rest of the environment like? And are we going to have the ability to access a hot tub, if not just infrequently? On other cruise ships, there was literally no way to do that without getting the spa package. I don't think that's the case on the NCL Jade. And so, if that's a factor for you, I think you could do without the spa. If you really like those additional services, for example, the therapy, the deep therapy pool, the heated beds, the sauna, the steam room, or the cold plunge, all of those things are great and really a good value on the NCL Jade. The sauna in particular, I can only speak for the men's area. The sauna in particular was very intense. Everybody loved the sauna. High reviews from all passengers. The steam room did have some issues in terms of the intensity, but I didn't find it detracting. The one area that I think was a major letdown was in terms of maintenance. A flickering flashing light in the main therapy pool was a really big distraction from the relaxation environment. And even though I reported it twice to NCL, it was fixed for one day, but then resumed for the rest of the cruise. That kind of lack of attention to detail is not acceptable in a extra charge service. You're paying an extra charge for a premium product, and you should expect that the bare minimum operations are in effect. And so, the thing about experience is it is always on a sliding scale, and you always have to look back. For example, if you go to Disneyland and you stand in line for an hour, you're going to rate that experience poorly. But at the end of your trip, you're going to rate it really probably well. And that's the same thing here with the NCL Jade Spa and Salon. The small issues that happened, the beds occasionally not working, the light flickering, that was really annoying, and I did rate the spa accordingly in my post-cruise survey, but I would ultimately purchase the spa package again, and I think that the spa itself in Norwegian cruise lines is a very nice add-on, and it's a great way to separate yourself from the chaos of the normal cruise ship and to relax. I'm saying that at the risk that now everybody wants to do that, which is fine because honestly, they do max capacity at the spa to protect and preserve your experience. So I hope that information is helpful. I hope if you go on the NCL Jade, you're considering getting the spa package, that this was helpful in your determination. To that end, if you find this helpful, please do consider subscribing to the Sail Away. This content is free in order to help make your cruise and travel experience fast, fun, friendly, and unforgettable. So thanks for following us here on the Sail Away. Thanks for tuning into this review of the spa on the beautiful Norwegian Jade, and we hope to see you again soon.